Hey, so we're going to take a look at how to connect two different assets together. So imagine a scenario, for example, you have a profile as a token for each person, and each person then can create posts, they can create the communities, they can like each other's posts and so on. So there are links between those assets taking place. So if you do one, some other assets will get notified and change and so on. So let's see how to do it yourself. So here we have a catalog item. So you can imagine it's like a web shop where you have products. Each product has its own stock state, whether it's in stock or whether it's out of stock, and it has also a quantity. You can see here where we mint those catalog items. We give each item a name, quantity in stock, the price of each individual item, and then image for each catalog item. Now, while it's in stock, people can then purchase the item, and then when it's depleted, it becomes out of stock. Okay, so actually what we want to do now is to tokenize also the shipments. So if somebody purchases those catalog items, we will be minting a shipment. So you see here, create shipment, which accepts a quantity of that thing, becomes pending, and then when it's out of the warehouse, we're gonna mark it as shipped. All right. So how to link up these two? Let's see. First things first, you need to add a reference to the other flow here for shipment. So each shipment will know the catalog item that it's shipping. So let's go to the properties page, and for each shipment, here a catalog item ID, and let's mark it as other flow ID. And here we're gonna paste the other flow, the catalog item flow URL, and that's it. And now we're gonna add this as an attribute. All right. So now when we're gonna create those shipments, let's also accept the catalog item ID here. We can also accept a price here for each shipment, and in theory you want to also do a payment here. So based on the quantity and price, we're gonna multiply and then do a payment. But let's not do it now. Let's keep it very simple at the moment. Let's just record these pieces of information. So this workflow is fine. Let's move onwards and to deployment. And on the other workflow here, what we're gonna do is add this, purchase item transition. As parameters, we're gonna accept the quantity. So this quantity is reserved for the catalog item stock state. So let's add a new quantity. Let's call it purchase quantity. And let's make it as an integer. Okay. And back at the purchase item transition, we can add that the product was purchased with this quantity. Okay. And now here we now will call another flow. So this is the link where if the user clicks purchase item and specifies a quantity, we're gonna also mint a shipment actually in the background. So here we're gonna paste in the other workflow URL, which is the shipment workflow, and then we can select from this drop down the corresponding transition to conduct. So here we're gonna do the mint transition called create shipment, and we're gonna provide the purchase quantity and the ID of the catalog item and the price at that time. Okay. Now what we might also want to do here actually is add a conditional route to out of stock if the quantity is 0. right? But in order for it to actually reduce, we have to actually add a calculation here saying that the quantity is equal to the quantity minus the purchase quantity. And just to be on the safe side, we're going to also add a validation here saying that the purchase quantity needs to be larger or equal to the current quantity in stock. All right, so this is the purchase item transition now, together with a link to the shipment contract. So let's deploy these two and see how it works. Right, so we have now deployed both of these contracts and opened the dashboard for one of them. So that's the catalog item. And here you can see also a link to the shipments, because these are connected tokens. So we can, neatly navigate between them here. Okay, now let's create a new catalog item first. And what you can do here is to purchase the item, of course. Let's say we're gonna purchase one bike. Remember, I set the quantity to 100. So let's see if I purchase now one. All right. So we see that first of all, we have a bug here. It seems that the bike is now out of stock. Probably made an error in the smart contract. So that's why you have to test them. But interestingly, we do have a quantity here reduced to 99 now left, because we did the purchased item. And also if we click on the shipments, you can see that there's a shipment that has been minted, and it's now in the pending status, and we can mark it as shipped. And interestingly, because we have a foreign key back to the catalog item, we know that this shipment is for a quantity of this item here. We can also open the catalog item straight from here, and which goes back to the first bike that we added. So that's it. This is how you link up different assets.